Tell me what's really going on. Out of frame back in this. What's happening? Off of surgery, now I'm back again. I didn't go through surgery. Photo review time. It's been a while. I know I missed out the last two. But I'm here to go over it with you again. So last time we did random stuff on Instagram. This time we're gonna focus on one profile picture. Profile picture? One profile page. One profile page. And that is, I don't know why I'm choosing Rock Nation. I just know that they had a recent photo shoot with Jay-Z and some other celebrities. And I'm like, why not go over it? I thought about it for a second. I was like, should I? And I'm like, why not? So let's get into it. I want to start off with this one. For a lot of these shots, I'm not sure who the photographer is. I love like how smooth and how clean everything is. Gold, the warm tone. This is years of knowledge into a photo, just a photo. If we go to the next one, that you have all the bottles facing outward, it makes it feel like the bottles highly expensive, neatly stacked, neatly organized. It's just pure flawless, dogs. Like even this one is like, okay, let's talk about this one for a second. Cause for those who don't know, majority of the light is coming from one side. You can tell because of the shadow on the other. However, the room is so bright. This has to be shot, I want to say, a very low aperture. I'm gonna you say maybe a point one, maybe a 1.2, maybe a 1.8. A lens, something that could produce this. I mean, that's gonna be hard to say because I don't know what type of camera this is. I could just roughly just speaking say it has to be shot at aperture between a 1.2 and a 1.8, roughly around there, because of the bokeh effect. A lot of this was definitely edited, and not edited to like a heavy degree, but enough. Actually, this might be shot more around 2 because of the fact of how. So the aperture might be shot a little higher because now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you also got to play into the factor of how blurry the glasses are. Like the bottle is in perfect. Well, not to say perfect. You can see towards the top it has a bit of blur, so it's more focused on the symbol. That is perfectly in shot. So that's crystal clear. Everything else is somewhat out of frame. It's out of focus. And to get that type of shot, yes, you could do it in 1.2, 1.8, which kind of gets me going maybe a 2, because I know I shoot in 4, I'm getting roughly the same effect. It has to be done with a lower aperture because you need more light coming in. And the only way to achieve that without getting the grain effect into it, because even looking at this, I'm like, okay, the ISO has to be extremely low. That's a definite. Any higher, you would get distortion. And yes, you can take it out to a degree, but I'm sure that the way this was shot, aperture was extremely low. I know, I'm super analyzing this. Super analyzing. This is like a nerdy, nerdy review. This is what should be called a nerdy review today. But let's just go on to the next photo. So we got black and whites. This was, you can see on Jay-Z's face how dark it is. For this shot, they used a panel. I forgot what you want to call it. It's like a large panel, kind of like in the sense of like if this thing, mind you, is not it's not sponsored by this, but if this was like pure black or pure white, they'll have a panel where when the light comes in, either the light is reflected on it or it's completely absorbed by. And on Jay-Z's side, I can probably even say that they had a black panel for the light to be absorbed by that side. They didn't have one on the other side because you would have noticed it on the other guy's face on the right side. Shout out to Kodak lenses. Yeah, Kodak lenses, but do a bit more research. Yeah, shout out to Lenny, Santiago, that shot all those shots. Okay, yeah, shout out to Kodak lenses. I don't make this video too long because I was definitely doing some research, so I cut out a lot. That could have easily been a 25-minute video just because of me doing research. But yeah, shout out to Kodak lenses. I didn't figure out what camera that he uses, but obviously he's been doing this for a very long time, especially underneath Rock Nation. And he has set his own brand with photography. So I'll probably do my own research at some point, like in depth about him more. And we might do a video about him, just, you know, to see what it's like to be a photographer at Rock Nation. This is the if he just had if he had just shot it just slightly more to the right, because I like the angle, because it's not like a direct, it's like slightly off like this. So if he would just zoom in and just capture this, going like this, at roughly like a smudge over, this would be a nice frame shot. Or in my frame, I'm like, part of the shoulder is like slightly off. If you could just either put some more negative space around that side of it where the shoulder's slightly off, or put it more into frame, either or would have been done, but like it's slightly off, which makes this photo, like, me personally go, it's not as much value as it could have been if it was just slightly more into that side. Just slightly, just slightly. Everything else is nice. That shoulder is slightly bothering me. If he just had slight more, it's like I see who he was going for. Which my mind just goes, oh, just move the camera slightly over, or zoom in enough to where the shoulder's not having that small detail of negative space that bothers the frame. Like, somebody can still buy this for like millions of dollars, ideally. But I'm saying that if it was just shot slightly over more, it could have times 3 the shot of like how much value that would have been. I know I got nerdy to this photo review since I've been gone. I think it's well just deserved. I do have some plans for other photo reviews, so we're gonna try some things out next week. But with that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Well, I lied. Tough me to go out of frame. Bye.